block.
Each team has one timeout remaining. 10th ranked Washington locked in a tie game with the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 39.2 left. You see the differential of about 11 seconds between game clock and shot clock.
They're doing a little false movement here, trying to keep the defense occupied, wait for the shot clock to run down. Now they need to go into their play here.
Under 9. Red Raiders set it up. Robertson stops to Singletary for 3. Loose ball picked up by Washington. Thomas pushes it. Picked up on the baseline. Turner fouled with 4.8. Elston Turner to the free throw line with a chance to give Washington the lead with 4.8 seconds remaining.
You talk about a crazy sequence right there. Washington, look at that pass that Isaiah Thomas attempts. Gets all the way to the weak side to Elston Turner. And Elston Turner has the presence of mind for a shot fake to get to the line.
Turner for 2. He is now only 2 for 6 from the foul line on the year. Pat Knight uses his final timeout to set up the strategy for the last 4.8.
Young players throughout college basketball don't understand sometimes. After you run sprints, after you practice all day and you're dog tired, the coaches make you go on the line and shoot free throws to try to replicate as close as possible to what's going to happen in the game. And so Elston Turner got to step up. His team wants to come out of here. Got to step up and hit, though.
4.8 seconds doesn't seem like a long time, but Texas Tech will have an opportunity to bring it up the floor with 4.8 and get a good look if they can.
They will, either on a make or miss. And so if it's a miss, look for Texas Tech not to call timeout, get the ball to John Robertson's hands, and let him break down the defense.
No timeouts remaining for Texas Tech. Turner has the second of 2 free throws.
And Texas Tech just brought Nick Okori back in the game, another outstanding athlete that can push the rock up the floor.
Turner misses the second. Singletary for the win.
Oh, my goodness.
Texas Tech upsets number 10 Washington. The officials are looking to make sure the shot was off for Singletary.
Looked like it was gone to me. And
not much doubt.
Not much doubt at all from our vantage point.
And again, Tom O'Neill, Mark Whitehead, and Doug Childs will take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen,
take another look here. Look at the clock right there. And it looks, oh, it's awfully close. Carter, from that vantage point, we don't know yet.
Please get off the court, please, if you would.
So we gotta wait and see. That was awfully close. At first, it looked like he got it off, but that vantage point with the clock in the background, it's going to be very interesting. Here, take a look. The clock right there. Let's see if he gets it off. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, Carter.
The entire Washington team is huddled around us, looking at our monitor, and they are encouraged by what they see. And again, it's when the ball leaves his fingertips. If we have overtime, it is going to be a major challenge to get all of the fans off the court. They thought they just witnessed a buzzer beater by their team to beat 10th ranked Washington, so they stormed the court. Now the security here at United Spirit Arena is trying to get them off the floor. You see the Washington team, I mean, they think that this game is headed to overtime.
Look at the light right there. Boy, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the officiating crew to make this call right here. This is as close of a play as I've ever seen to decide a game.
Please clear the court as soon as you can, please.
And they're still looking at it. What do you think, Carter?
The clock is the first indicator.
Still in his hands.
Here comes the official word.
Boy, and I tell you what, they're going to need some security here when they make this announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to clear the floor.
But a great effort by Mike Singletary.
We're going to
Still in his hand,
overtime.
going to overtime.
We're going to overtime.
We will play overtime.
Wow.
5-minute overtime.
What a turn of events.
So through regulation, even at 80, 5 minutes of overtime to come.
That gives you an indication of how close this game has been. But Carter, what we have to pay attention to, there's foul trouble on both sides today. So you look at Overton with 4 fouls. Michael Singletary for Texas Tech has 4 fouls. Some very key performers on both sides have to be very careful about their level of aggressiveness here in overtime.
Roberts has 4, so does Choadirovich for Texas Tech. This is Singletary, who just a moment ago appeared to have the game winner. Turns it over on the opening possession of overtime. Overton to the hoop for 2 for Washington.
These guards are like piranhas. If there's a loose ball on the floor, they tend to come up with it more times than not.
Defensive breakdown allows Roberts to Singletary gets the lead right back for Texas Tech.
Well, Texas Tech knows where their bread is buttered, and they've gone to him almost every time down the stretch here in overtime. And so does Washington going back to Pondexter.
In the first overtime between Washington and Texas Tech.
Lorenzo Romar goes with Justin Holiday.
Back door is open for Nickel Corey off the look from Robertson.
Justin Holiday came in to try to guard Michael Singletary.
Who can come up with a stop in the last 48.4. Brian Amity, trouble getting it in, stolen by Robertson. John Robertson to give Texas Tech a 4-point, 2-possession lead with 44.5 left in OT.
Putting the ball in. Look at Quincy Pondexter. He's wide open. He chose to go for the long pass. Robertson does a great job of the anticipation. And not only did he steal the ball, made a reverse pivot and went straight to the bucket. Heads up play. Teenager at home, he doesn't even listen to me and I feed him. So Pat Knight doing a great job of keeping his whole crowd in check.
How big a win would this be for a Texas Tech team that finished 11th in the Big 12 last year, lost 19 games?
Then you go to foul.
Texas Tech gets it in, a chance for a run-out opportunity. Tyrone finishes it. Back to a 2-possession game. Pat Knight says no fouls.
Elson Turner, you got to go for that block in that situation. Cannot allow an open layup.
Pondexter fouls Robertson with a chance to ice it with 5.9 left in overtime.
Well, you can take advantage of a team that's desperate, as Washington was in that particular situation. And you saw right there, David Tyree got behind the defense. Made him pay. Tip your hat to the Red Raiders tonight. Washington gave them everything that they could handle, and yet they were able to answer on the offensive end.
Zeros on the clock again, but this time, no doubt, Texas Tech beats 10th-ranked Washington in overtime. 99-92 in overtime. Coming up next, it's USC versus Texas. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now we send you to Austin. John Chumby and Fran Fraschilla.